Hello! My last video was 18 minutes long. You know I don't do big long videos. That's way too long. Probably nobody watched it all. But it was fun. It's just a shame. This is part 2 of, what did I call the last one? What's the worst piece of advice you ever had? And I told you the last bit was about Stephen, who I'm not going to tell you about. I told this girl he was a bad associate. And then I got in trouble for that, because he was. And then she married him, and then he got caught fingering the bridesmaid on the wedding day. Classy guy, sheer class. He had a very, very, very good looking daughter, or sister though. Very good looking sister who was kind of retarded, but very pretty nonetheless. Anyway, more advice. There are two kinds of JWs. Type A, who would quit their jobs no problem if interfered with meetings, assembly, service. Then there was Type B, who would never allow JWs to affect their employment status. And we're talking about the last one, about people who were told, quit your jobs. How dare you miss an assembly? No way. Okay, to get married so I wouldn't have those gay feelings anymore. I love it. This way I messed up 5 people's lives instead of just coming out at 18. Oh, poor you. I grassed up my pioneer partner for being gay. I still feel bad about that, and I did contact him years later and apologise. And he was cool about it, but I still feel bad. But also, maybe I shouldn't feel too bad, because he did leave the witnesses after that pretty soon. So, you know, what do you call it? Life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Make gay-an-aid. Anyway, when I mentioned the concerns I was having with how my ex was responding, i.e. erections to certain situations with my oldest, he said I obviously didn't understand how males react to certain things. Fast forward 3 to 4 years, and what the fuck happened? This was supposed to be a funny video. Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm just going to break this up. If you're a witness and you've seen this, you're going to downvote, that's fine, do your thing. But I made this point before, right? If you're uniquely clean, if you're making people better, why is there so many fucking pedophiles in the Kingdom Hall? I sound like Mike, don't I, for Mike and Kim? But it really gets on my goat, this. I really don't like it. Advice from an elder: to use the truth as an anchor in your life. I don't know. You go to the police and your family might not make it. Might not make it to Tennessee. I don't get that. This happened 30 to 40 years ago. Both elders are dead now. I don't fully understand what that was. I think maybe it means they won't make it to paradise, and it's auto-corrected it on them. Okay. Told me to give your husband his biblical due if he asks for it, no matter how often or when. You should willingly comply. This is in response to being molested nightly against my will for 2.5 years. Somebody should teach that man masturbation. Just saying, maybe there's a point to the whole thing. So sorry to hear about that. Okay, they told me to believe in Jehovah and everything would be okay. Well, clearly it won't be okay, because I've just shown you multiple cases where it's bullshit. Here's another one: avoid apostates. He's talking to me. He's talking to me. That's a terrible idea. I admitted my drunkenness to an elder. I am an alcoholic in recovery over 30 years now. Well done, you. Okay? And by the way, to anyone who is in recovery or who's going through it, you know who I'm talking to. My heart's going out to you, bro. Keep it up, alright? Love you. Stay strong. Do it for your family, okay? Do it for your friends here too. Anyway, the elder told me, just don't drink so much next time. Jehovah will forgive you because you admitted your sin. The JWs, for the most part, look at alcoholism as a sin and not a treatable sickness. Well, you see, now, as someone, I'm not bigging myself up or saying anything like proud of myself. I've never had issues with alcohol, and I can't, as a person who doesn't have issues with alcohol, understand how others can. Accept that that's possible, but it doesn't, seem logical to me. But so I kind of get his point. Don't drink so much next time. If you're stupid and you don't know the subject, maybe you would say that. But stay strong anyway. There was a teenager in our hall that had lost her mother in an accident. That's sad. This teen was later disfellowshipped. One day during the meeting, I went to the restroom and the teen was in the stall sobbing. I told 2 elders that I thought they should talk to her and encourage her, because I thought she was so depressed. I shit you not, they said, good, she's disfellowshipped. She should be depressed. Jesus Christ. Not to pursue higher education. We were all told that I could have got free education in my youth. Could have gone to university for nothing. My local university is one of the Russell Group, the top 20 universities in the UK, I'm probably one of the top several hundred in the world. For free. Did not go. That even though my ex had left me, I had to try woo her back. Yep, she left me, but I had to win her back. I think that'd be called stalking today. They told me I should go back to my abusive ex. I told them to fuck off, and I'd take the Distell shipping instead. That was a very wise choice you took. Now, where were we? This was around a month after I stopped going to the meetings. I was 17 years old at the time. An elder messaged me late one night around 11 p.m. while his wife was assumingly fast asleep, telling me he was confused. I obviously inquired as to what he meant. He told me he was caught between his head and his heart. I was still confused. He eventually said, I love you. He was well into his 60s. He's always taken a shine to me growing up in the hall, and now I know why. Parents didn't believe me when I told them over the phone. No screenshots back then, and they didn't see me. Eventually, told said elder to fuck off, or I'd call the police, as he went on to question me about my sex life, etc. Years later, a sister confided in someone about the same elder. She was a single mom of a heavily autistic son. The same elder had been inappropriate with her, turning up at her house, phoning her late at night, being inappropriate, etc. She went to the elders, but they had the convenient two-witness rule. When I went back to the meetings briefly, it all came out. He eventually got removed as an elder, but probably only because, despite the elders knowing about me and the other sister, they assigned him to do the sexual baptism questions with a 15-year-old girl on his own. I obviously spoke up about it when it found out, so then it all came out. That's Jehovah's Witnesses. If you're an elder, I mean, I talk about how I've got friends, sort of not friends, but I would have old friends who are now elders, Lee Overton, Roddy Moyer, people like that, that I would still talk to briefly. How do you sleep at nights, you dirtbags? Oh, that's so gross that you let people like that exist in your kingdom hall. That you allow them to predate on women. Oh, I've been swallowing the dictionary today. To stay with my husband, even though he was physically and mentally abusing me, they wanted me to try and work out our issues, since there was no adultery coming on. Oh my God. He hit me and called me horrible names. That's lovely. Oh. Stay with my cheating husband. Did anyone notice a theme? A sort of a misogynistic, we hate women theme going on here? This is brutal, isn't it? It's just so sad. Stay with my cheating husband. To toss out all the items from my Madonna collection. Oh no, Material Girl. That's probably why. Material Girl. Can't be doing that. I would toss them all out because Madonna sucks. That's right, I said it. Madonna sucks. That if I stopped watching pornography, he was just assuming I did, I probably wouldn't be gay anymore, or at least my desires would go away. What the F? I just stay clear of criticising people's watching of pornography. Just going to say that. I don't like to criticise that particular subject. My wife wasn't all that interested in having sex, started with our wedding night, oddly enough, and elders advised her she had to. Nothing gets a girl moist, like an old man telling her she has to. Oh my Lord! Close your eyes, pinch your nose, and allow us to dip you under and raise you back up. Got me baptized. Bad advice. Okay, I'm running out of these ones here. Okay, but I'm down to my last couple. Here's one for y'all. I told them I had the Hep C months before getting baptized, and they said no problem. So I said yes to the two questions, grabbed my towel roll, and walked up to the ramp. Our chief elder grabbed my arm at the top and said, come here. I left the line and walked over, and they said, we called New York and we can't allow you to use the convention hall pool because of Hep C. That's lovely. Not going to make you feel bad. I broke down in tears and walked down the plank. When they yelled at me to come back, I walked back up, and they said to meet them out front at the convention centre in 5 minutes. I met them, and they took me to a public pool in a hotel and dipped me there in front of about 40 worldly people. I mean, what the hell? Now I think about it, it was okay for them to get Hep C, but not witnesses. That's so true. The chlorine, no, that would kill the disease. Go out in the door-to-door service more to deal with my homosexual thoughts. That's right. No, I tell you. Seriously, this is the advice they give you. Depressed service. Gay service. Bank robber service. When I was 9, I was to go door to door alone. I did that too. She's glad I'm still alive. Yeah, my first service was, so you want to go out in the service? Here's some magazines, shut up there. I was 8 years old. 8 years old. And that's not even unusual. A group of 3 elders told me I should divorce my husband because of something minor. I was like, what? You all for real? No way. I just stared at them and they stared at me. It was strange and I was shocked. Never looked at them the same way again. Good Lord. leave my job where I made $20 an hour, but it sometimes made meetings. Oh, but it made me sometimes miss meetings. To get a job at Walmart. Oh, I didn't take this advice, and I was shocked that he recommended it. Bloody right. I got counsel for wearing green corduroy trousers on my first ever theocratic ministry school talk. The study conductor had never mentioned it before. Unbeknownst to me, I was attending for months and wasn't even aware it was mandatory to wear a dress or a skirt. Well, I got told off for wearing cord pants. They didn't even tell me off. They just stopped. They just took away all my privileges for like 6 months, and I was like, "What happened?" And no one would tell me. And then eventually, it was you're wearing cord pants. Like the odd time. These people are nuts. I had a scholarship offers for 2 sports. Show off. And I'd gone on a few recruiting trips. An elder had the balls to tell me to give up sports and dedicate more time in service. I laughed in his face. Good for you. That I shouldn't go to university because we must focus on spiritual things. That little blue book was equivalent to an A-level. Oh, as a gay man and looking back at my teens, it was obvious, and I was the subject of many rumours. My elder father gave me advice to walk more masculinely. Walk like a man, talk like a man, and perhaps don't talk with your hands so much. And thus the rumours would stop. This made 14-year-old me feel like trash. That's so sad, because I talk with my hands a lot, and apparently I pass a gay bear vibe. So I feel for you in this case. Dear me, that's ridiculous. To show more respect at the Kingdom Hall to the man who molested me. I'm going to leave that, guys. I've got more. I'm nearly going. Dear, here's a young fella, his advice. And I'm going to say this is the only good bit of advice I see, which was, don't suck other brothers in the Kingdom Hall. That's pretty good advice. Okay, I'm going to leave you with the last bit of good advice from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Guys, have a lovely day. I hope you're doing well. What a day. Thank you very much for sticking by the Great Apostate. Bye-bye.